now joined by Badr Al-Madi. He is a professor of political sociology at the German Jordanian University. Professor, good to have you here with us on TRT World. Certainly the situation in Gaza is catastrophic, to say the least. Millions of people, 1.6 to be precise, have been displaced already. And our correspondent out of Gaza told us that 600,000 more could be displaced in the coming days. Just help us understand, is the situation in Gaza, are the conditions in Gaza completely uninhabitable? Is there any way anyone could survive there?
To be honest, no, there is still some people in the north of Gaza, but those people are not really the ones that we can rely to give such big numbers of people who stayed there. Many of them, as you know, they are moving toward the south, but the south already has been backed up by a lot of people, actually, in the southern of Gaza. This movement, this mobility of people absolutely has a lot of negative impact, whether on those people who are moving toward the south or on the host actually region when we talk about the southern of Gaza. Those people, absolutely, they are right now a cumulative number of people living in a small area in southern of Gaza, and this is leaving a lot of casualties among the Palestinian people in Gaza itself. But the question is, what next after the war is just coming to the end? What's left for the Gazan people who lived in the north of Gaza? This is one of the most important questions that has to be answered actually by the international community in the future.
What do you think the international community can do at this point? Is there anything that, according to you, the international community should be doing and it is not?
The most important thing that the international community until this moment is doing nothing for the Gazan people. And they have to act accordingly to the human rights principles and to the ethical standards that they were telling us for at least at the last 60, 70 years, that the international community, especially the Europeans and the American, they were standing for that. But so far, nothing is happening to support and at least to respect the dignity of the Palestinian people in Gaza. What they have to do? Actually, they have to stop this criminal acts by the Israeli government against the Gazan people. Without stopping this criminal act, absolutely the Palestinians, they will suffer and they will actually face a huge amount of violations, and they will be like vulnerable people again, moving from one area to another area.
Professor, I want to pick up on another thing that our correspondent Izar Satawi told us about 20 minutes ago out of Gaza. He said that Palestinians who are living in the southern part of the Gaza Strip are basically faced with two options. One is to stay in the south of Gaza and die, and the other one is to move to Egypt. Do you think that's even possible?
No, I think so far the Egyptian government is rejecting that. The Israeli government, because they failed actually to achieve any of their military objectives at the beginning, they are trying right now to siege the southern part of Gaza. And this is absolutely, it will put a lot of pressure over the Gazan people who are living in the southern part of Gaza. So far, the Egyptian government are rejecting to receive any refugees from Gaza, but we don't know. Maybe it's going to be a political compromising with the Egyptian regime, and then they will start actually to receive sort of people from Gaza, maybe thousands of those people, we don't know yet. But this is absolutely, so far, there is no intention from the Egyptian government to receive those people. Which
Professor,
is absolutely to leave the people to the other choice that you were talking about, which is the death of those people.
Right, it's truly heartbreaking. Professor Badr Al-Madi, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.